Okay, we're going to put together the Deluxe Play Center. Today we're putting together the natural colour one. Firstly, when we put it together, we're looking for the most even surface as possible. If we have uneven surfaces, it won't go together correctly. Grass surfaces, we have to make sure it's level, and bitumen surfaces, concrete surfaces are fine, usually won't have a problem. Alright, so we'll start with the base. We start with the big side of the castle, so we'll start with the base section. Okay, so we'll put the slide in first. The slide sits into these grooves here that are in this base. The other side doesn't have the grooves, this side here does. So we can sit this in there first. The base that sits over the slide has two prong cutouts that these sections here sit into, so you know the correct way to put the base. We slip that over there first, move these into position, pull them across, they will clip into the top. Okay, we have the base up. Now we can start with the walls. First wall sits into position like that. We will now put the rail in. The rail does not go in after the walls are in, so we'll put the rail in first. Save you any problems pulling it apart again. Pull it down. Okay. I'm not going to fix the roof to it, but I'll sit it in place. I usually put the sunroof sitting over the slide side, but you can either have it any way you like it. The roof gets screwed in underneath by 8 screws. Usually it's better if somebody's holding it in tight for you while someone's screwing it underneath. Likewise, you have fixed points underneath from 8 screws on each side. We then get the tunnel section together. It takes 1 screw in the front, so you have to pre-screw this first, then pre-screw this side. Make sure that they are holding, because if you put the screws in wrong and they don't catch the inside, they will move out. Once they're screwed, they shouldn't move out, they should be totally fixed together. We lift this up. Underneath here, there are 2 different holes. There are these pre-cast molds. The prongs of the tunnel do not go in these holes here. If you put them in these holes here, you will establish a gap and the rest of the unit won't go together properly. Underneath here, if you feel there are holes next to those pre-casted holes, they're the ones we're looking for. Down the bottom here, you have to line it up as well. Okay, that's all in now.
So the screw does not come out of the holes?
We do not put the prongs in these pre-cast holes here. There is a hole underneath next to these ones. Now we get start with the other castle by putting this together. Once you put this one in, it will hold itself. You can let go. Get the other side. Put this one in. Push down on the unit. Once that's like that, we will put the floor in. This side here, with the cutouts, is where the slide sits. So the slide sits over this little front part. This is a part that helps hold the slide in. So we put this in on an angle. We spread these apart. Put these in on an angle. Pull it together. These sometimes are very firm to put in. So we line them up. Sometimes you can't push them in. They're very tight, and they're supposed to be. Sometimes you have to give them a little bit of a hit, a bit of force, until they snap in. likewise the other side. We're going to use a little, sometimes they slip in just like that one did, but most of the time they need a bit of love and attention. This one here comes around this way.
That's where the step comes out of.
Okay, we'll put the slide on now.
It's a step.
Put the step on now, because this has to be tilted back on an angle for it to go on. So to put it on,